I'm not sure really what you want to hear. I mean, I can tell you the horror stories of the fire coming through, you know, the disaster, the devastation, the emotional stress, not just for those that it happened to, but for the communities as a whole. And what we found out in the communities, and myself personally, the churches will bend over backwards for anything you need, whatever you need. The kindness and the sincerity and the godliness that's there really stands above and beyond. I had some certain issues because I live on a ranch that's jointly owned. One of the conditions for my rebuild was my uncles wanted me to fence off my own section. Well, there's no way I could come up with the money for fencing, and I'm not even positive which churches it was, but I know the Rock Church with Keith had been involved, and they got together and got me the fencing I need, which was a criteria by my family for me to rebuild. The Mennonite Disaster Service came and did labor. Other churches provided supplies, food, clothing. People offered to put me up. My faith-based employer said right after the fire, it was like 3 days after, he said, "What do you need the most?" And I said, "We need a generator. We need to run the well." People don't realize in a rural area, there is no water without power. And, you know, on the ranch, we needed water for the animals and for my elderly aunt and uncle. And because it isn't because he was my employer, it's because he was faith-based that he brought us a generator that could have probably run the community. But that, you know, that well allowed us to share with the community what we had too. You know, I don't personally know how I could ever thank all of those involved, but for you faith-based organizations, you may not hear back from the survivors, but I'll tell you, you are never forgotten, ever. And what you have done for people individually and communities does not go unnoticed, and it doesn't go unrewarded. Thank you.
Thank you.